All right, on this episode of Bouts Talking Bouts, happy to catch up with an individual after a victorious BTC 14 performance. I'm talking to Gino Ghalehpardaz. How are you feeling, man? I imagine you're on cloud nine.
Yeah, I feel really, really good. It's been 2 years of ups and downs. I know, obviously, 2020 was a wash for almost everyone, but last year, I had fights fall out, COVID come, the day of weigh-ins. It's been a really emotional and frustrating journey, to say the least, and I know I got to get going. So, to get in here and show that, I have evolved. I didn't. A lot of people sat out 2020. They just kind of sat on the couch, whatever. Not me. I was losing weight. I was running. I was studying. I was looking at what I needed to do to evolve. You see that Masvidal said he had to go to the island. I kind of secluded myself. As much as you could, right, with the whole thing. And I really talk to myself, like, what is it that I needed to do? And I feel like wrestling was a big part, finding timing was a good part, being relaxed, being calm. I felt fantastic in there. Last time I was a little nervous, this time I felt great. So it's been a long journey. I'm really happy. I'm so sorry.
No, you're giving me great insights. Better than giving me a one-word answer for sure. But you were talking about the myriad of bout cancellations and stuff like that. Was there a level of tangible excitement at this short notice opportunity?
You know what? I didn't really... To be honest, I didn't really think about it. Like, if you asked me what I was doing this time last week, I was drinking and eating pizza. So I had my wedding. I had my wedding try out the food, and I tried one of everything, including the dessert. But I always keep my weight low. I always train. So, once I saw kind of things were kind of up in the air for their fight, I messaged my coach. I was like, "Stay ready. Who knows what's going to happen?" And sure enough, it came together. I told Coach Josh called me. Coach Josh called me, "Hey, how's your weight?" I was like, "Yeah, it's really good, only 10. I lied a little bit. It's a little bit more, not too much more, but I lied a little bit because I really wanted this fight. And my coach, they stuck with me. I dropped the weight. I really this was the opportunity. I just needed a shot, right? I kept getting so close. It kept falling apart. And I was like, please, I told him, I looked up to the good Lord in December, and I'm not really a religious guy, and I was, man, give me a shot, please. What have I done? Have I not done enough? And for it to come 5 days before, I was like, of course it would have to happen this way. But maybe that's just the way it was, and that's the way it is.
I'm wondering how satisfying it is, because I imagine there's thousands of rudiments you do with rear naked chokes in a training sequence. How satisfying is it to have that finish manifest in competition? I imagine it's hugely gratifying.
Yeah, rear nakeds, I like rear nakeds a lot, but I mostly work on that back, right? Because I'll admit, rear naked choke, it needs a lot of work. Everything needs work, right? I'm a martial artist. I work on everything. That needed a little bit of work, but I've worked with my jiu-jitsu coaches, Jesse, Matt, Kyle from Bora as well, Jesse from Adrenaline, of course, and that back take and working on stuff. We all work, and it's just that work all the time, and we found it. So I couldn't be happier.
And getting the first pro win too, I imagine that must feel great too.
Yeah, it's gratifying, but it's just the first step in the journey. I'm happy. I'm not satisfied. I'm happy for today. There's a lot of stuff that I already know. I'm not 100% happy with the performance on the feet. The body kick aside, I need to work on a lot, and I'm gonna. If I gotta watch it, I gotta shadow box. I will be doing it on Monday. If I gotta do something, I got 14 days. Can't do a whole lot else in contact, but I will be training. I will be watching tape. I will be studying. I'm a martial artist, and I know I got a long ways to go.
And in terms of what Nate Ledger brought to the table, did it exist outside of any preconceived notions you might have had, or just because it was so short notice you didn't even get to form preconceived notions, as it were?
So he and I have competed against each other in jiu-jitsu. He's fantastic. He's very awkward, and actually one thing I didn't anticipate was, a lot of guys are tight and technical. He's very long, right, and long range, and honestly, you'd be surprised how much, right? So it was kind of a little bit difficult to catch that timing a little bit. We clashed a couple of times, and he brought it. I could see, he had a reach advantage. I noticed it right away, right? But I just had to stay patient and find my range. I know he has longer arms than me. I got longer legs. So that's, once I saw that the arm range was going to be a little bit tough, I started kind of trying to adjust to set up the kicks.
Yeah, and there was quite that huge body shot you landed there. You talk about needing some amendments in the striking, but is there some level of satisfaction in those micro moments where it seemed like you landed a shot that got a big reaction?
It's satisfying to a point. I know I got a good body kick, but to be honest, I was more satisfied with just the whole game, the wrestling, the chain jiu-jitsu, the grappling. I wanted to show that how much I've evolved. Especially I've worked tirelessly for 2 years on my wrestling with Josh Hill, with when Lyndon would come down, and just those guys from Agus, with Vision Quest, with Bora Jiu-Jitsu, with Adrenaline, all these guys. I've been working on it tirelessly, the mat returns and the pickups, and I've been feeling stronger, getting my hips in, and I feel like I was more happy with that because the game plan was to strike, and then we had to adjust on the fly, and as martial artists, I feel like I'm well-rounded enough, and that's what I did, so I could show that.
And it's curious because your nickname is the heel, but you seem like you got a good baby face reaction there. Like, what's the backstory on all that?
You know what? Sometimes you just, you being the good guy, everyone just, sometimes you just got to be the bad guy. And inside, maybe I look nice, but it's just a disguise because I'm candy-coated poison.
And just as far as like competing in London, I mean, such a rich MMA history. Like, can you speak to kind of being part of that and just kind of competing within that fabric and everything?
I'm born here. I was raised here. To be able to, my first fight, I fought in London. I got really emotional. I almost borderline cried on my walkout because of how much the journey's been. This time I was just focused. You know what I mean? I was like, first time, it didn't go my way. No excuses. I should have been better. Whatever. This time I was focused. I felt right. The moment felt right. And if it hasn't been my journey to take something on 5 days notice or take stuff with guys up and weight, down and weight, side to side, it wouldn't be me. So I'm just happy. Just the moment means a lot.
And I want to let you enjoy that moment too, but to that point, is there anything you might want to add, like as a parting thought as we're wrapping up here, man?
Yeah, I just want to thank all my coaches, Vision Quest, Scott McCovey, Josh Hill, my teammate who just won, Liam Gallagher, other teammate Isaiah, my coaches, Adrenaline, Mark Hominick, Jesse Goff, Ronson, Big Doug Ronson, not Tom Doyle specifically, make sure you put that on record, and Hordecki, Sam, and all of them, they've been there, just kind of guiding me through the little stuff. And the coaches at Bora, I completely, my mind was running at 1,000,000 miles a minute, Kyle and Matt McDonald, so I appreciate you guys, I appreciate everyone, and we'll be back Monday training, trying to be better every day, 1% better.
Well, thanks so much for the time, Gino, much appreciated.
Thank you. Thank you.